It's official. Javonte Williams is a Chicago Bear. Let that sink in. Because it changes everything about how this team breathes on offense and how this city believes on Sundays. Before we dive into the tape and the ripple effects, do the Chicago thing, smash like, subscribe to Bears News Fan Report, and drop your first reaction below. Tonight we talk identity, January football, and why one downhill runner can tilt an entire division back toward navy and orange. Close your eyes and see it. First drive at Soldier Field. Gray sky and a wind that makes face masks feel like steel. The line fires off. The strong safety takes one fatal false step toward DJ Moore's glance route. And number 33 blasts through daylight like a snowplow on Lake Shore after a storm. Caleb pulls the ball, resets the picture, then sticks it in Javonte's chest and watches him pinball off an arm tackle, shoulders square, feet churning, legs like pistons. You don't just hear the pads. You feel the mood of the stadium flatten into a growl. This is what Chicago has begged for. A run that turns 2nd and 7 into 2nd and 3. The kind of play that makes a defense start counting quarters instead of yards. You want an identity? It lives in 3rd and 2. With Williams, that snap stops being a prayer and becomes a promise. Now, the clock is not just time. It's a weapon. Shane Waldron can call play action with a straight face again because the threat is not imaginary. That deep crosser to Romo Duns opens a heartbeat sooner. That glance RPO to DJ Moore hits cleaner. Caleb's eyes get calmer as the pocket shrinks from chaos to choreography. The run isn't only output, it's order. It gives structure to a rookie quarterback's day and posture to a huddle that wants to look like January. Zoom in on what Williams actually does. He runs with angry balance, the kind that lets him ricochet off helmets without losing his line. He converts bad ideas into neutral plays and neutral plays into first downs. His first contact rarely ends the story. It usually just changes the paragraph. Behind a line that has been learning to strain in unison, his tempo fits. Press the landmark. Read the hip of the double team, cut decisively, finish forward. And when safeties cheat downhill, he doesn't flinch. He forces your coordinator to pick which bruise he wants to live with. Think about the menu this unlocks. Outside zone to pull the overhang into bad angles. Duo when you want to bully the front and make linebackers play honest. Mid-zone to test if their big men can run for 4 quarters. Toss crack to punish corners who pretend they're linebackers. Counter when pursuit gets greedy. Every carry isn't just yards. It's a question addressed to the man with the headset across the field. How much pain can you tolerate before you move that safety? And give us the post. And once the defense lies, the truth shows up downfield. Caleb doesn't have to be a magician on every snap anymore. He gets to be a surgeon. Footwork quiet, hips loaded, eyes moving safeties like pawns, and then bam boundary out in rhythm. Dagger route on schedule. Check down early enough to make 2nd and 10 become 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 in Chicago is a green light to break spirits. It is the moment when you can smell visiting coaches swallowing their pride and calling for more bodies in the box. That's when you go back to play action and write the kind of explosive that flips a game script before halftime. There's also a locker room language to this move. A runner who fights through ash and elbows tells everyone what matters. Young linemen feel it stands a hair lower, first step a touch faster, hands a shade squarer, because now their strain flips the scoreboard. Receivers block harder because the ball is coming back to them on a post shot once safeties take the cheese. Tight ends sell split flow like award winners because they know the payoff is a bootleg that moves the chains. The message becomes a mural. Finishing is not a buzzword. Here, it's payroll. But wait, you ask, is this really done? Here's the part where we talk like adults. As of this minute, there's no glossy photo from Hollis Hall and no press release parked in your inbox. What there is alignment chatter. Where it matters, a schematic fit that's almost suspiciously neat, and a front office that has been consistent about building a predictable runway for its quarterback. In a league where deals are brewed from logic, leverage, and timing, This one smells right. If the final round of poker between agents and cap wizards lands where common sense says it should, the rest is pen, paper, and a city exhaling. Let's talk risk without flinching. Every back carries miles and memories. The way you win that math is with intention. Pair him with a complimentary back to keep legs live in November. Use screen and swing as pressure valves to reduce clean shots and lean on motion to make defenders. Hesitate instead of detonate. Structure the contract so availability is rewarded and so January football is the incentive, not the afterthought. You don't lie to yourself about workloads. You manage them so the fourth quarter in Week 15 still sounds like pads and breath, not tape and hope. Now widen the lens to the north. Detroit wants to outlast you. Green Bay wants to out-precision you. Minnesota wants to out-scheme you. Chicago must out-Chicago you. That means sustainable violence between the tackles, explosives born from constraint, and a defense that gets an oxygen mask because the offense controls the tempo. Put Williams in navy and orange, and that ethos turns solid. Suddenly, every NFC North game feels like a conversation we speak fluently. Cold, clock, and courage. Think about Caleb through that prism. Rookies drown when every snap is a quiz with no right answer. They thrive when structure tells them what the defense must surrender. A punishing ground game pre-draws coverage templates. It shrinks the menu to what a young surgeon can master. And then bend. When safeties, squat, and backers step downhill with tired feet, that's when the deep over rips a heart out. That's development by design, not by emergency. And don't sleep on the red zone. Heavy personnel, motion to tight. End across, cell split zone, watch the backside backer freeze. If he crashes, leak Cole Kamen into the flat. If he sits, let Williams bounce to daylight or hammer the crease until you can taste the pain on the goal line. Points follow rules, and this move writes the rules in thick black marker. History matters here. This city remembers Walter's grace. Turning winter into theater, Fort slicing through zone like a tailor, Jordan Howard dragging bodies like a parade of regrets. Javonte isn't a replica. He's a new printing of an old truth. Lower your pads, take the profit, set the table, and make them quit. When the sun sets at 4:30 in January and the wind knifes sideways, there's a style of football that doesn't apologize. Chicago invented that style. This move stocks it. So here's how we'll judge it if and when the ink dries. Did third and medium shrink? Did the 2-minute drill feel optional because we were already up 10? Did the defense play with more teeth in the fourth because they were fed in the first and second? Did the rookies' eyes get quieter? If the answers stack up, you're talking about a move that doesn't just add yards. It adds shape to Sundays and spine to a season. Your turn, Bears Nation. How would you split touches in September? What? Personnel packages are money look on third down? If the fences spin single high by halftime, are you pounding duo until they cry uncle or running mid-zone until edges beg for help? Drop your call for the first red zone snap of week 1 below. And don't be shy about getting nerdy. This isn't just vibes. This is Chicago's football classroom with a draft beer and a hard hat. And if you're still here, you get it. Belief is the first down of every rebuild. Subscribe, stick with Bears News Fan Report, and keep your gloves handy, because the next time we talk there might be ink on paper and a press conference on the calendar. When that happens, we go from imagining to measuring. Until then, know this. Williams in this offense turns coin flips into sequences, lets the rookie breathe, gives the play caller leverage, gives the defense oxygen, and hands the city a style with teeth. That already feels official in the bones. Now let's make it official in writing. Let's get technical for a second, because this fan base respects craft. Pass protection matters, and Williams can turn blitz pickup from a liability into a lesson plan. He squares up, keeps his inside shoulder free, and meets pressure with low hips. Not flailing hands exactly the half-second a rookie needs to turn anticipation into completion. Layer the screen game on top. Center and guard sell pass, release. On count, Williams slips behind as the convoy forms, and that edge rusher suddenly wishes he'd stayed home. Those aren't trick plays. They're oxygen for young quarterbacks in loud stadiums. Personnel-wise, picture the compliments. A jitterbug. Change your pace back to stretch linebackers horizontally, a heavy look for the goal line, a jet orbit to steal eyes. Waldron can live in 12 with K-Met, plus a second tight end. Toggle to 11 to hunt mismatches, and keep the same core runs so the line blocks on rhythm. Continuity is how November football feels simpler than September. And since this is Chicago, treat. Weather-like scheme. When the lake wakes up and the ball turns slick, teams that need 35 throws start looking for blankets. Teams that can call 9 straight runs and mean it start looking for the next opponent. Wind deletes fancy and rewards fundamentals. That's why a back like Williams is more than a transaction. He's seasonal advantage baked into your roster. Final. Word. If pens hesitate, our standards don't. If signatures land, Sundays get heavy, loud. 3rd and 2 call now.